Good morning, students. We are going to continue with the chapter Why Do We Fall Ill? In the previous lecture, we covered up to various concepts regarding antibiotics. What are antibiotics? How do they work? So today, in today's lecture, we will deal further concepts. So at the starting of the lecture, I am going to share with you the learning outcomes. After the completion of the topics, the students will be able to define manifestation. The students will be able to enlist organs manifested during various disease and their symptoms. The students will be able to describe the two approaches followed during principle of treatment. And at last, the students are able to analyze with reasons the limitations of principle of treatment. So let's start with the lecture. So dear students, the first question arises is, what do you mean by manifestation? So in simple word, the disease causing organisms, that is also called the pathogen, when enter into the any living system through different means, then it will affect the different organs or tissues, and that is basically called the manifestation. Okay, when any particular pathogen, that may be bacteria, that may be virus, that may be protozoan or anything, when enter in our body by any means, through air, through water or any means, then what is going to be happen, these are going to affect a particular tissue or organ, and that is basically called the manifestation. So for more clearance, here I am going to enlist in front of you the different type of disease and their manifested, or you can say the target organ. The first is called AIDS. Okay, you already know AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, that is under the category of STDs, that is called the sexually transmitted disease. So what is the main target organ? That is called the lymph nodes. So what are lymph nodes? In our body, there are certain vessels which are called lymphatic vessels. Okay, so when the lymphatic vessels, a large number of lymphatic vessels are joined at a point, that particular node is called the lymph node. And what is lymph node? Here, the maximum amount of WBCs are there. And you already know in case of HIV/AIDS, the immunity is going to be weak. Why the immunity is going to be weak? Because the number of WBCs is going to be decreased. So what is the reason? Maybe you are able to know, because the lymph nodes are the target organ. If the lymph nodes are not working properly, the WBCs formation do not occur properly, and at the same condition, and at the same condition, the immunity of the body is going to be weak. The second is polio, that is the viral disease, and polio is basically affecting your central nervous system. Okay, most of the students write at that point ki name the target organ, they are writing legs, they are writing hands, but yaad rakhiyega, the main affected organ is central nervous system, that is brain. Let us suppose the polio virus is going to affect that part of your brain which are controlling your legs. So what is going to be happen? The legs are going to be paralyzed. Okay, and your legs are not working properly. So that is polio. Meningitis याद रखिएगा, meninges से वर्ड आया, meninges आर द लेयर्स ऑफ द ब्रेन. तो याद रखिएगा, meningitis में भी आपका ब्रेन ही इफेक्टेड होता है. निमोनिया लंग्स की बीमारी है, लंग्स के जो एल्वोलाई होते हैं उनमें आपका वाटर भर जाता है आपका बेसिकली. जैपनीज एनसेफेलिटिस, ब्रेन फीवर, the target organ is brain. And the last one is called malaria. Malaria is caused by the protozoan, that is plasmodium. So first it affects the liver and then RBCs. So dear students, the whatever the organ is manifested, the sign and symptoms are going to appear in our body accordingly. For example, if the lungs are the target organ, but if the symptoms cough and breathlessness. Okay, if the liver is the target organ, then jaundice. Okay, then jaundice, that is called the yellowing of skin, that is the major you can say symptom. If the brain is the target organ, then what are the symptoms? Headache, vomiting, fits. फिट्स मीन दौरे पड़ना, और अनकॉन्शियसनेस मीन बेहोश हो जाना. And if lymph nodes in case of HIV are the target on, the what is the sign and symptom appear? That is the weak immune system. The next concept is inflammation. What is inflammation? It is an active immune response of the body in which affected cell produces. So it is the active immune response of the body in which the affected cell produces some chemical which prevent the other cell from infection. So simple, what is happening if some of the body cells is going to be affected, okay? So that infected cell always try to save the surrounding normal cells. And what is going to be happen? The infected cell producing some proteins, and that proteins are generally called interferons, and these proteins are going to protect the neighboring cells or surrounding cell from the further infection, and that property is called inflammation. There are two type of effect: general effects such as fever and local effects such as swelling and pain. So students, please remember, fever is not a disease. Fever is a type of inflammation. Fever is the indication that something went wrong in your body, or you can simply say the number of microorganisms are going to be increased in your body. So that is the general effect. Okay. The next is principle of treatment. There are two approaches. The first is called the symptom directed approach. So first of all, the doctor are going to provide treatment that will reduce the symptoms that is occurring because of inflammation. Okay, for example, in this particular approach, doctors are providing some medicine that bring down the fever and pain. And in this particular approach, doctors are always advised to take blend and nourished diet to conserve energy for the early healing of infection. तो वेरी बहुत सिंपल है. जब हम फर्स्ट टाइम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं तो डॉक्टर हमारे सिम्टम्स को देख के दवाइयाँ देता है, सिम्टम्स को रिड्यूस करने की कोशिश करेगा, और डॉक्टर बोलते हैं कि हल्का खाना खाओ. वाई दिस इज़ हैपनिंग सो? बिकॉज अगर हम लाइट फूड खाएंगे दैट विल ईजी टू डाइजेस्ट, उसको एनर्जी इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगी, और वो सारी की सारी एनर्जी जो है दैट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर द अर्ली हीलिंग ऑफ इन्फेक्शन. The second approach is to kill the microbe. So at this condition, the doctors are providing medicine like antibiotics. Why the antibiotics are given? To cure the bacterial or fungal infection. And you already know how the antibiotics work. They block the biochemical pathway of bacterial cell wall formation, and as a result of that, bacteria are not able to survive. So these are the two approaches behind the principle of treatment. Now the question arises ki what are the limitations of principle of treatment, or you can say that why the prevention is better than cure. Common saying है, common proverb है, why the prevention is better than cure. Okay, so what is the first limitation of principle of treatment? The first is if somebody have disease, अगर किसी को कोई बीमारी हो जाती है, some of their body functions can damage and cannot be recovered again. Let us suppose if somebody is suffering from malaria, or you can say polio, due to the breakdown of central nervous system, some of the body organs are going to be paralyzed. So that cannot be recovered again. So that's why the prevention is better than cure. And what is the preventive measure for polio? Oral polio drops. Okay. The second is that the treatment will take time. It means the person has to be bedridden for the longer time. For example, we are the students, okay, and we are suffering from some disease during our examination. What is going to be happen? We are not able to give our exams, and as a result of that, the whole year is going to be destroyed. So that is the reason, okay. And the third one is the diseased person can be act as a source of infection to another. अगर किसी को कोई बीमारी हो जाती है तो वो बीमारी दूसरे को भी लग सकती है, okay. So for example, I am suffering from you can say cholera, or you can say jaundice. So that is going to be spread from me to the other person. So that's why we always says the prevention is better than cure. और अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि what are the limitations of principle of treatment, तो these are the 3 limitations of principle of treatment. So now the question arises, what is the principle behind prevention? There are two ways, general and specific. जनरल वे में हम क्या करेंगे कि प्रिवेंशन, बीमारियों से बचने के लिए हम एक्सपोजर से बचते हैं कि जो बीमारी जहाँ से फैलती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ सम डिजीज अकरिंग थ्रू कंटामिनेटेड वाटर और फूड, so we are always try to drink the water after boiling, or you can say the nourished food, proper diet, exercise. और specific ways में क्या जाता है कि हम अपनी बॉडी की इम्यूनिटी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करें. तो इम्यूनिटी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए यू ऑलरेडी नो व्हाट इज़ द वैक्सीन्स आर देयर. ड्यूरिंग अर्ली चाइल्डहुड वैक्सीन्स आर देयर. तो वैक्सीन्स क्या होती हैं? दीज आर द डेड और वीकेंड और एट्यूनेटेड फॉर्म ऑफ एंटीजन. वैक्सीन स्टिमुलेट द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ एंटीबॉडीज एंड प्रिवेंट अस फ्रॉम फर्दर इन्फेक्शन. होता क्या है, वैक्सीन में कोई भी जो डिजीज कॉजिंग ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है उसको बॉडी में भेजा जाता है या तो डेड फॉर्म में या इनएक्टिव फॉर्म में. ओके तो एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन, जब वो डेड और इनएक्टिव फॉर्म में वैक्सीन हमारी बॉडी में जाएगी, हमारी बॉडी के इम्यून सिस्टम दैट बिकम फूल्ड, उसको मूर्ख बन जाता है, उसको लगता है कि ये जिंदा फॉर्म में हमारी, और बॉडी उसके खिलाफ क्या बनाना स्टार्ट कर देती है, एंटीबॉडीज. अब जाहिर की बात है जो एंटीबॉडीज़ हैं वो आपकी बॉडी में सर्कुलेट करते रहेंगे, और इन फ्यूचर अगर कोई जिंदा बैक्टीरिया वायरस वो एंटर करता है तो वो बीमार एंटीबॉडीज़ पहले से ही आपकी बॉडी में हैं और वो उसको किल कर देंगे. ओके तो इन दिस प्रिंसिपल द वैक्सीन्स वर्क. वाई द इंडियन चिल्ड्रन आर ऑलरेडी इम्यून टू द हेपेटाइटिस ए. माना जाता है कि इंडियन चिल्ड्रन को हेपेटाइटिस ए बहुत कम होता है. तो देखो बहुत सिंपल है, बिकॉज अप टू द एज ऑफ 5 दे आर एक्सपोज टू द वायरस थ्रू द वाटर, सो हैव एंटीबॉडीज. होता क्या है कि जो हेपेटाइटिस ए का जो वायरस है वो आपका 7-8 ईयर्स एज पे अटैक करता है. पर इंडिया में वाटर की कंडीशंस इतनी बेटर नहीं है. ठीक है, कहीं ना कहीं हमारा कंटामिनेटेड वाटर बॉडी में जाता है और डेड फॉर्म और वीक फॉर्म ऑफ एंटीजन हमारी बॉडी में चले गए वाटर की फॉर्म में, और हमारी बॉडी ने उस हेपेटाइटिस ए वायरस के खिलाफ क्या बना ली, एंटीबॉडीज. Okay, and that is the reason कि most of the Indian children are immune to hepatitis A. So dear students, hope we are able to cover all the hope we are able to cover the learning outcomes for the day. First of all, in the today's lecture we are defining here the term manifestation. After that, we go through the different organs or tissues manifested in the different disease and their symptoms. After that, we go through the 2 approaches followed during the principle of treatment, and after that, we are able to analyze with 3 suitable reasons the limitations of principle of treatment. Okay, so in next lecture we will deal further. Till then, take care. God bless you all.